So, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for Tales of the Internet. Internet. Now, this one was sent by your cousin, my brother, Dirk. So, this post goes as follows. Your parents die in a hit-and-run car accident. You finally meet somebody that takes your mind off of it and gets your happiness back in life. You get engaged, and you all decide to tell your deepest secret the night before the wedding. Their secret is they killed two people in a hit and run the same day that, and the same place that your parents died, and never got caught, and they feel bad every night. So the question is, still pure at heart, just scared like anyone would be. Are you still getting married, or what are you going to do?
Do you want me to answer, or did you want to go first?
I want you to answer.
Okay. You know what? I'd actually call the police, man. What the hell am I gonna get married to you, man? You killed my parents, bro. You think I could look at you now?
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Like, yeah, I'll put you in the face, bro. Like, you feel bad about it. You're gonna wait until our freaking wedding night to tell me that you killed two people, my people at that, because I most likely told you the story. I told you what happened when it happened, and now you're just like, you probably think it makes no sense, bro. No, I'm calling the police straight up, G.
For real. Yeah. I didn't even think about that, because that would definitely be something you would talk to somebody about.
Exactly.
So I really didn't think of it. Like when I read it, I thought to myself, man, that sucks. Yeah. Because if you really do like this person and they tell you this, like, you're going to be torn, because it's really one of those things where that was my family.
Yeah.
Those were my parents. But I'm in love with you now. At the end of the day, I think I agree with you. I would have, man,
bro, you'd have to.
Yeah. Because like I definitely had to have told you that. Oh yeah, my parents died. Oh, how did they die? In a hit and run. Where did you grow up? I grew up here. Oh. And then you're gonna decide, hey, before we get married, I have something to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And see, it would be different if that was it. If that was the case, if she came at you like, okay, you know what? I know we've been together through a lot, and I know I make you happy, and you make me happy, and I have a confession. And then they say that would be different. Mm-hmm. But to say, okay, let's tell each other's deepest, darkest secrets. 1, 2, 3, go. I killed two people in your same vicinity, and then like, yeah.
Nah. Bruh, nah. I'm sorry, G. No, listen. I'd find solace. I'd feel good about the fact that I caught my parents' killer, bro. Like, that's how I'd be. I'd be like, screw this relationship. You knew it, but there's no way you could tell me that I kept it a secret from you that my parents died in a car crash. Really? So you knew the situation, but you held on to it until our wedding night to try to tell me for what? Nah, bro. You going to jail. You going to jail. That's what's happening, bro. I'm telling you. Like, I'm straight up. Like, I don't believe it's snitching, but I don't think that's snitching. I think I should get an award, because most likely they put out an award, whoever finds. Now I'm feeling a lot better.
It's usually the family who puts it out. So you would take it from yourself?
I would. I deposit right back. I feel good. And I make sure they gave me like one of the big checks that said, I caught my parents' killer, bro. I'm telling you. Nah, that's some messed up stuff, G. I'm sorry, but no. You ain't getting this live. Can't do it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I have to, because that is definitely messed up, and because I didn't think of it until you just said it, where I'm pretty sure you told her. Yeah, that's definitely something you would tell somebody, because you're gonna have holidays and never go to your parents' house. Oh, how come you're not going to your parents' house? The conversation will come up. It's never, I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You may not want to talk about how it happened, but you'll be like, yeah, my parents passed.
Yeah.
What happened? Maybe you might say, I don't want to talk about it at that point. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would you not want to talk? Anyways,
Listen,
I don't know.
if you guys are close enough for her to tell you that she killed 2 people, I would assume you're close enough to tell her that your parents passed away in a car accident. I'm just saying, nah, G, you're going to jail.
Okay, so I have another question for you.
Yeah.
Suppose
Mm.
the deepest, darkest secret was she killed somebody in a hit and run. Like, I know what you did last summer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So it's not anybody you know, it's just somebody.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
That's messed up, but nah, I probably wouldn't do nothing. Like I'd probably hold it down. I'd be like, listen, we in this together, and to be honest, I don't believe you. That's what I would say, because I ain't trying to have me I get into I'm like, why the fuck you tell me,
Not
bro?
gonna be implicated.
That's what I'm saying. Don't tell me this. What the nah, stop playing with me. I know you're joking. Now never bring it up again. I'm serious. Like I ain't trying to hear that. Like on my wedding night, you try to give me 20 years? Like, what the hell, bro? Just keep that to yourself.
Exactly.
Like, that's it. What I tell her, I'd be like, keep it to yourself, man. You see how quickly you told me? I only know you for a year, bro. Like, seriously.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I agree with you again. In that circumstance, I probably wouldn't say anything either. Just okay, cool.
Just don't say it again. Like real talk. Like I wasn't with you. Like just shut up. Don't put me in it. Like why are you telling me? I'm just saying.
Yeah. So there was another post you sent me. And basically this girl walks up to this dude and she says, "Hey, I'm engaged. Change my mind."
Mm-hmm.
So the dude sends a clip of that and he starts talking about it. Pardon me. So he tells his story because he says how that video triggered him. And he'll explain. So he said him and his boy went to a bar. They went to a bar. They both had like a long, crummy week at work. So they go to the bar, have a couple of drinks, eat, chill out, just to unwind. While they're there, some girl walks over to his boy and she slips a napkin to him and basically smiles and walks away. On the napkin is her number. So they were both stoked. And the boy, well, no, the one who's telling the story, he's telling his boy, "Yo, go talk to her, go holler at her." And his boy's like, nah, it's cool. Like, he's not in a rush. Like, okay, cool. Maybe 15 minutes later, now another dude walks in to the bar. He walks up to the girl and he basically grabs her by like the back of her neck, like not in a rude way, but in a sensual way, and kisses her. If it's not her forehead or lips, it doesn't matter, but he kisses her and he sits down. So now they both see it and they're both perturbed. So now the boy who's telling the story was like, "I'm gonna go say something." So his boy's like, nah, leave it alone. Don't embarrass me. He's like, "Nah, I ain't gonna embarrass you." He's like, "There's nothing to embarrass you about." And he took the napkin. So his boy's like, nah, leave it. He's like, "Don't worry, I got this." So he walks over to them and he slips the napkin to her. And so now the boyfriend is vexed because he's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And he's like, no, calm down. He's like, "It's not what you think. Ask her what's on the napkin." And so now she's trying to play it off like, "Oh, it's nothing. So he now asks her what's on the napkin. He finds out that she gave her number to then he tells her, "Oh, it's her number. She came over 15 minutes ago, gave it to my boy, told him to call her. I just want you to know that this is what happened." And so when he walked back to his boy was like staring at him like shocked, like, "I can't believe you did that." But he's like, "Yeah, why not?" He's like, the dude looked like a respectable dude. No one needs to be put in that situation where they're going to be hurt. Even though he doesn't know him, but he looks like, hey, he's the nice guy.
Yeah.
who's gonna finish last because she is out here with everybody else.
Yeah.
So he was like, no one deserves that. I mean, and now that he knows, if he wants to continue with that, that's on him.
Yeah.
But at least now he leveled the playing field. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So he then asked the question, would you, or what would you do? Would you tell the person? Would you leave it alone? So what would you do?
So I'll start off by saying, commend the dude, high character. To be honest, I respect it 1,000,000,000%. I'm not saying I don't have high character, but I am the type to leave it alone. Like I just be like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't entertain it if I see she's moving shady. If I were single, mind you, but I see she's moving shady, I'd be like, I don't want that in my life. You know what I mean? So I would still shoot away the number, but I also would let them go on happily ever after. I probably wouldn't say nothing. I ain't even gonna lie to you. How about you? What would you do?
I wouldn't say anything either.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
It could be the situation where he knows that she's doing it, but he doesn't care.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't see it himself firsthand, he doesn't care. Because, I mean, obviously he had to have not have known because, I mean, anyways, all of it just reeks stupidity on her part because you know your dude is coming to meet you there. And you're going to go give your number to somebody else who's there. Like,
I hear you, but I don't think that that's stupidity. I think that it's rude. I think there's so many things wrong with it, but that's a fault that men have. Where I don't see women doing a lot. Women do hold it down sometimes, but for the most part, men do. Men will be like, whether they plan on acting on it or not acting on it, they're willing to just, keep it to themselves. Like, I ain't gonna go mess with that dude or mess with them, or I'm not going to, even like side dudes. Like I was seeing, I saw like 2 clips of 2 different side dudes pretty much saying they were helping their mistress or girl that they're with, boyfriend or husband move. You know what I mean? And he don't even know, type of thing. I'm telling you, I saw it on TikTok and I'm just like shaking my head. But the whole point is, men are willing to just keep their mouth shut and move accordingly just to get some, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where women, I can't say all women, but I'm just saying that sometimes they at least hold themselves to a different standard of, they'll be the side person, but they're not going to necessarily be, you know what I mean, keep going shopping with the girlfriend and stuff. They might just stay out the way. Men will be like, yo, I ain't going to blow up your spot as long as you keep doing the do. So all of that to say, I don't think she was stupid because she's probably done it a million times. And this is probably the only time somebody with high character actually came up to them and let her know that what she was doing was wrong. So.
Yeah. And with that being said, we don't know what was going on in their relationship, how they go on, how they carry on. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It could have been one of those things where she just wanted to see maybe one last time before they tied the knot. They were getting married, say, the following week, and she just wanted one last hurrah before she was locked down. I'm not making excuses for anybody. I'm not saying it's right because it's definitely not.
That's a horrible excuse, but I got you.
No, exactly. It's not right, and I'm not saying it is right. But how do we know it wasn't one of those? And now the dude, me personally, if I got it, like you said, I would just be like, all right, never gonna use this because suppose I did use it, and now she breaks up with that dude, and me and her have a relationship together. I'm supposed to trust she's gonna go to a bar and not do this to me? Like,
then you couldn't trust it. That's the point. That's why I would probably just done it again. In my opinion, the older you get, the different qualities you look into people. Like when you're younger, it's usually just lust, attraction. Older, it's really about character and the type of person they are. So if she's willing to do that with clearly in a relationship, saying call me later, that's somebody I just wouldn't want in my life. So I'm just saying, I get that.
So to answer the question, I wouldn't say anything, but I wasn't calling her either.
Exactly.
And that was it.
No, big facts.
You know what?
Facts.
But like you said, though, it depends on your maturity level.
Big facts. Big facts.
Because if this was several years back,
Mhm.
I will not lie and say I would not have called her, because I probably would have, just because it was something to do when there was nothing to do.
Mhm.
So you know what? Depends on, I mean, I'm just speaking my truth.
Mhm.
Back in the day, possibly would have. Nowadays, definitely not. Don't need that drama. I don't need none of that stress in my life.
Mhm.
Nope.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, I fully agree. I fully agree. Naturally, when you're young, you do dumb stuff. You do young dumb stuff. When you're older, you realize like
It's
there's
not worth it
there's
to do that dumb stuff.
and there's so many, like, again, I'm a married man, so I'm just speaking just with knowledge. There's so many women, just like for women, there's so many men. There's no reason for you to be trying to get somebody else's. Take your time, look for something that's
But
for
that's
you.
it. What Frito Bang was saying.
Mhm.
They lust after what they can't have or somebody else's. And this is what people do.
But that's why I said a
And
maturity level that comes with being older and mature
but
to
to be
realize,
fair, a
yeah,
lot of these people are older and they're still doing the
they're
stupidness
not
they're doing.
mature. Again,
Okay.
I think I truly believe this. What's yours should be yours.
Mhm.
I'm not supposed to be looking at any other person's situation and saying that's meant for me. And I think that comes with maturity. I think as a kid, or when you're growing up, and I'll say a kid even till 35 till 50, if you still have that mindset, in my mind, you're still thinking as a kid, where that's a nice shiny thing. I want that. I'm going to take that, rather than
Mhm.
finding your own shiny thing, something that's for you. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get it. And because I was going to bring up the example of Future.
Mhm.
Future's just been with everybody. Future
Exactly.
with Scottie Pippen's wife, and then made the song about, and I was just like, that's so disrespectful. Like,
Yeah.
this is Scottie Pippen. Like, his name alone, you should have just put respect on his name. Like, yo, I
Yeah.
can't. But you know what? People are people. They
People
do
are
what they
people.
do. So
But you can't just blame Future. You gotta blame
yeah, no, I
Larsa.
get
You
it.
gotta even blame Pippen. Again, people are going to be people. Pippen has to know the type of character person he is being with. Of course, people could change. People could be vindictive. There's so many things that can happen. I'm not saying that the person that you end up divorcing was the same person you married. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I am also saying that there has to be accountability with the type of person you're going to be with. Now, if I am with somebody that I know, most likely I just got with them because of their looks and they're a trophy wife, but they don't have high integrity and they don't
Wife
have high
qualities.
I'm not asking for the person to do me dirty,
Yeah.
but there's a great chance they might. And am I going to be mad because they did me dirty with a rapper that's going to diss me in a song? I still put myself in a position with this person that I most likely knew was not the best person for me. So look at Magic Johnson and his wife. He cheated, did all this dirt, and they're still together, still married. I'm not saying that she should have done that, not, but I'm just saying that he clearly chose wisely. Like, he chose somebody that's with him. I'm not saying she chose wisely, because the same reverse, because he did a bunch of dirt, cheated, caught a disease, and all that. So I'm not saying that she did, but I'm just saying you still have to choose somebody that's for you, not let that lust and all this other stuff. Like, you're supposed to, when you're trying to marry and find somebody to have kids with, you need to try to find the best suiting person that is in your corner. And that's all I'm trying to say. I don't know Larsa and Pippin's relationship, but I could tell you that it just, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's been much more than a trophy wife. That's all I'm saying.
So what's crazy is this episode, I've been agreeing with you on everything.
Mhm.
This is where the agreement stopped.
Let me hear something. Let
Not
me hear something.
not for all of it, but I don't think Pippin's to blame at all. He did
Okay.
nothing. The heart wants what the heart wants. Now, the heart definitely picks wrong sometimes, a lot of the times.
Okay.
So him, yeah, we may look at her as like, he just got her because she was a perfect trophy wife. But maybe in his mind, when he got with her, she made him realize things he didn't realize about himself. She made him communicate more and stuff like that. So maybe he was just like, you know what? I'm in love with her as a person. At first, when we met, it was just supposed to be a smash and dash. But now that I've got to know her, I love her and she loves me. And you know what? She deserves the world because she makes me feel like I'm the most important person in the world. And so he got with her, and not knowing, her eyes are everywhere else. So I can't blame him for choosing her. Now, yes, we understand that things happen. People are not always who they are. People change. So it is what it is. But to say he's to blame, I don't say that. Now, definitely Future, because that's somebody else's wife. Why are you trying to take her? And her for stepping out.
You can't take something. You can't take something. I can't say Future's to blame at all. The only person that really would be to blame would be Larsa.
Hold on. So what you're saying is, if you're in a relationship with somebody, okay, and said person knows you're in a relationship, and they sleep with your significant other, you're not gonna say that person's at fault because.
Listen, one thing you have to understand. One thing you have to understand.
Future owes Pippin nothing. I understand that he owes him nothing.
Exactly.
So if she comes on to him, but how do we know she came on to him? Maybe
we don't know. But either way, we're saying. But at the end of the day, the only two people that are connected are Pippin and Scotty and Larsa. Those are the only two people that are connected. Future is his own entity. Now, if Larsa goes to Future, I can't see Future being the one in the wrong there. You're wrong for being with a married woman, 100%. We all know this. But overall, it's still all I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily hold him at fault for their relationship or her stepping out on her marriage because she was the one that broke her vows. Future did not break her vows. That's all I'm saying. He was with her, he helped her, but he did not break them. She broke them. And that's my thing. So I'm not going to hold him liable for that.
No, you're getting way too deep and way too technical with it. I'm just saying, if anybody is to blame, definitely Larsa.
100%.
And Future is to blame as well because Future knew she was married. Okay. Now, like you were just explaining, what's mine is mine. It's not for everybody.
Yes.
So he's in a relationship. It's not to say she's unknown. He knows who she is.
Yeah.
He knew of her. He knew she was married. You did not have to participate in that.
100%.
You are Future. You can get basically a lot of people. I'm not saying anybody you want.
You could probably get 5 or 6 Larsas.
Exactly. So why take her?
I agree.
You could have turned her down. You could have turned it down and then wrote a song about me turning her down and have 5 or 6 Larsas on me. So that's it. So this is why I'm saying he is wrong because he knew she was married. He didn't have to take it.
I hear you.
But you don't agree. I get it.
It's not that I agree or don't agree. It's more like I'm just saying that at the end of the day, you could say he doesn't have morals, he doesn't have certain things, integrity, all this. You could say all of that because if you're gonna sleep with a married woman, I could say you lack in all those areas. But all I'm trying to say is I cannot blame him for her stepping out on her marriage. That's my whole thing. I'm him allowing or doing whatever with a married woman, 100%. But she's the one that messed with her marriage. He was an opportunist, maybe. He caught somebody that was already jumping out the window, but doesn't change that she already jumped. He just caught her. 100%. So Evander Kane, superstar NHL player, him and his ex-wife having problems, going back and forth. He's known to enjoy gambling, right? This is a known fact everybody knows. The thing is that his ex-wife now comes out and says that he is clearly betting on the games he's playing and fixing them and doing whatever. Now the NHL is doing this whole deep dive, trying to see what's going on, and this whole thing now, Melee is going around with his name. My question to you is, on a level of 1 to 10, how dirty, low down, wrong do you think his ex-wife is?
Okay. So I'm gonna answer it in 2 parts, okay?
Let me hear this. Go ahead.
All right. So for her telling that he's been fixing his own games, allegedly,
Yeah.
1 being she's not wrong, 10 being she's extremely wrong.
Yes.
I give it a 1. She's not wrong. I said there are 2 parts.
Okay.
Because she's not wrong.
Okay.
If he's fixing his game, she's not wrong for telling that he's fixing his games.
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, in real life, in reality, if he gets tried and gets fined, has to go to jail, I believe she should go with him as an accomplice.
Okay.
Because while they were together,
Mhm.
she knew what he was doing, allegedly,
Okay.
but said nothing while she was reaping the benefits
Yeah.
that he sowed.
Yeah.
But now that they are no longer together, she is now going to, for lack of better words, snitch on him
Yeah.
because they're no longer in love.
Yeah.
You should have been upfront and forward from before if you wanted to be the squeaky clean, innocent person that you are trying to make yourself seem to be. But now you spent money that he's got from allegedly gambling on himself and winning. So no, it's too late for you to try to make him seem like he's the bad guy. You're the bad guy with him. So the question you asked on a scale of 1 to 10, how wrong is she? She's not wrong.
Okay.
If we're just generally speaking.
Okay.
But in her situation, that's like if you got into if she found out about the car, she told you about the car accident with your parents. You're not wrong for telling on her because she did it.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody else, you're like, well, I mean, shoot, don't speak about it.
Yeah.
If you weren't with him and you spoke about it because you heard about it, okay, cool. But because now you're not reaping the benefits, this is when you're going to tell? Nah. That's like being in a relationship with somebody, having pillow talk, and now you guys break up, and now they're telling all your business. Pardon me. I don't find that cool either. So no.
Yeah.
If anything happens, I want her to get in trouble as much as he did.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all. If he was allegedly doing what he was doing, and it comes to light that this is what he did, because of her, I want her to get in trouble as well because she knew and she didn't say nothing from time. But that's just me.
Okay.
You?
I get what you're saying. And plus, I didn't say this, but he also just signed a huge contract as well. And right now, I think at this moment he's suspended because, of what's going on. So I think she's about a 36 on a 1 to 10. Okay. The reason why is because, for one, like you said, she's been reaping the benefits. Plus, she's still reaping the benefits because he's still paying her and whatever after the divorce. So she's that bitter and that to try to destroy a man's career. I don't know the extent of his gambling or not. That's the thing. I really have no clue. But you're going to snitch on him for what? Because he's not maybe giving you as much money as you want, because he might have moved on, because you can't say because the integrity of the game. Don't tell me that. Like, you don't care nothing about the game. And so that's my issue, because it's not done with a clean heart and a clean mind, in my opinion. If it was, I'd be like, fine. But no, I know that this is some sort of malicious intent behind it, that you're trying to get back at him and hurt his career, hurt his livelihood. And you don't mind cutting off your own arm. You know what I mean? And that's my issue with it. Because this is who is giving her money. And you're willing to cut that off just to hurt him. I'm not cool with that. So no, it really pisses me off, to be honest, bro, that she snitched on him just because she can. And I don't know if he's doing it. That's even worse. Because if they do an investigation and he didn't do it, now you already put his name through the mud. You already made him like look as though he has a gambling problem. Now people are gonna be watching him thinking that something is wrong, whether it's always gonna be on his name, regardless of whether he's innocent or not. And the fact that you feel as though it's okay, and at the end of the day, you get nothing from it. You legit actually get less from it than anything else, but you're willing to do that just to screw him over. Because if he gets less money or no money, you get no money. That's how this works. It just really pissed me off. I'm sorry, man. So yes, I put her at 100 just because I don't think that she did this with any type of clear mind and clear heart, just trying to do better. No, I think she really did this to screw him over. And because of that, I think she's messed up. I can't co-sign it. I can't think that. I put 100% blame on her.
She's definitely hurt. She's in her feelings about something, and she was trying to hurt him as hard and as harshly as she could have. So this is why she started this, because there's no way you just come out and say this to somebody. But anyways,
that's what I'm saying. It's not like you play in the league. It's not like it's not like you're his bookie or something where you're just like, yo, you owe me. If you don't give me 2 million, I'm gonna, bro. So it's just messed up. It's so wrong on so many different ways, man. That's why you have to be careful of the person you choose. Again, Larsa Pimpin, this chick. I could put it against anybody else, but Evander Kane got to look at himself as well. This is who you chose. Be real about it.
But once again, it's one of those things. The heart wants what the heart wants. It could have been a different situation in the beginning. She's now bitter because they are not together and he moved on. She moved on. We don't know. But
maybe. But you have to know the person you choose. I hear you. That's my opinion on it. Question though. All right, this is just a side note. I was on TikTok again, right? And there was this woman that said let me just ask you a question, actually. A girl and 2 dudes, same time. What do you call that?
A battery?
A battery? Okay.
Or a train.
A train? Okay.
Or a threesome. We're grown.
Okay,
you can say what it is.
No, I get you. But that's the thing. She called it a threesome. She was telling a story and she called it a threesome. Now, all in the comments, people are like, that ain't a threesome. Like, no, that's not a threesome. You can't call that a threesome. It's a train. You could call it a battery. You call it whatever you want to call it. But it ain't a threesome. And then I was like, interesting. I'm like, why isn't it a threesome? You know why it's not a threesome?
Why?
Because all 3 of them aren't having sex. A threesome is when 3 people have sex. Like, so I'm saying, because think about when a guy and 2 girls, a threesome, because they're doing things together too. You're doing this, all 3 intertwining. That's why it's supposed to be a threesome. You know what I mean? If I guess if the guys are intertwining,
that's what I was saying. I was like, we don't know if that's what happened. We don't know.
But if the guys are intertwining, then it's a threesome. But if they're not, then it's a train, because a train is usually taking. But that's how it's supposed to go. It's supposed to
one after the next.
Exactly.
But it's not a train because they're not taking turns. They're on opposite ends.
Oh, it could be a, what you call it? What is it called? A spin with what they put the like a chicken on, or a
rotisserie.
Rotisserie. You call that the rotisserie. The rotisserie wheel right there.
That's disgusting. Oh man.
But,
But yeah,
man.
yeah.
So no, I just wanted to
So
clear it up because people were having a crazy debate whether the threesome there, but it's just like, nah, bruh, that ain't a threesome unless again. But if not, then no, it's that's a train, man, or a rotisserie wheel. You know what I mean?
what they call the devil's three-way.
Mm, I guess. I guess.
The two horns.
Yeah.
So you
I
know.
guess so. I guess so. Yeah. I guess so. Oh.
Yeah, good times. So I guess you don't agree with calling it a threesome because you came up with the well, you thought about it, you were
No,
like,
I
you know what,
definitely.
because they're
I
all
definitely
groups.
don't call it a threesome. I think it's giving. It's not. I growing up, you'd never call that a threesome. That's just not a threesome. A threesome. I've only heard threesomes when it's pertaining to women. Like that's the only time. Like if da da da
You
because
see, but this is the
everybody's
thing. Just because
intertwined.
you heard it like that doesn't necessarily mean it's not true.
I know, but the definition that I've heard from it, why, is because it's three people into it, like together, all doing together. That's the reason I heard. So I was like, okay, that makes sense why it's a threesome or a foursome or a whatever. It's because it's supposed to be everybody, boom, boom, boom. Just like if it's I don't know, a 2-on-2 and a switch, it's still not, it's called an orgy, but it's still not called a foursome unless it's one dude and like three girls, or again, if it's some sort of a intertwining thing. That's just the rules. So again, I don't make the rules. I'm just saying, women, stop giving yourselves that much credit. You did not have a threesome. You rode a train. That was it. That's all I'm trying to say. I just want to clear it up.
Oh man.
Because it's false advertising. We'll be telling you, like, how many threesomes have you had? Like, 2. Like, oh, for real, for real. So yeah, so you're into girls. Like, nah, I only do, but
Yeah, hello. Oh, no. Bagged out.
It's like you were lying. You ain't had no, you ain't never had a threesome then. So, just saying.
Off topic.
Hmm.
I saw a post,
Hmm.
but this lady, these kids put up a big Tigger flag outside their house. And this lady came to talk to them about it,
Yeah.
saying they should take it down.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this whole Karen thing is a real thing.
Hmm.
And I guess being a Karen comes from a place of privilege, definitely.
Hmm.
Because things have not happened to you in life, or I don't think things have happened to you in life, because I can't generalize and I can't say it hasn't happened to anybody. But I feel like it has not.
Hmm.
And I only say this because if things have happened to you in life, you will learn to keep your mouth shut and mind your business.
Yeah.
If it doesn't concern you, if it doesn't involve you, you just leave it alone.
Yeah.
But they go out of their way to speak on things, do things, touch on things that don't concern them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, I say this because I remembered about a story. Myself, Dirt, Cody, the kids.
Yeah.
We went to LCBO.
Yeah.
And me and Dirt were standing together. Cody and the kids were further down the aisle.
Mm.
Now, because the whole pandemic and everything, they still have the arrows where to go.
Yeah.
So we are looking for a specific alcohol. Now we go up the aisle, then we come back because we're looking.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're separated. So now a lady walks in, lighter hue, of course. And she says, "You're not following the arrows." So I laughed. Then when I realized she wasn't joking, I laughed even more. I burst out laughing because I was like, "You're not serious."
Yeah.
But anyways, so she goes further down the aisle, and now she sees Cody and the kids. She's like, So nobody's following the arrows in here. So Cody pipes up and says something to her. Cody comes over to us, and we start talking about the lady. She's like, the lady said something to you guys too? Yeah. Okay, cool. So now we're laughing about it because we're like, you can't be serious.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the arrows only go one way, okay?
Yeah.
So if you walk past whatever you're looking for here, you have to walk all the way around just to come back to the end?
Yeah.
Or the virus only travels
the way the arrows
where
go.
the arrows go?
Yeah.
So once you follow that, you're not going to catch it?
Yeah.
Well, that's neither here nor there. So now we're still picking up alcohol. She then gets whatever she's getting. She is now leaving the store. She then turns and tells the cashier and points at us, saying that we're not following the arrows. And I started walking towards her.
Mm.
So I start walking towards the cashier and her, and she leaves. And I'm walking towards the cashier, but the cashier walks in. I mean, they're in the store, they have a job to do. And I thought to myself, just follow her outside. You're not going to do anything bad to her.
Okay.
You're just going to rip her paper bag and make her alcohol smash. Like, I was like,
no.
and obviously, yes, I know it's not a great idea, and obviously I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But these people don't know what goes on in people's minds.
Facts.
If I was anybody else, that would have been a lot worse for her. Because obviously I have the ability to control myself, control my temper and my anger. But you would really go out of your way to speak to people who you don't know, then go to the cashier and point and tell, oh, this is why a lot of, like, I know you had seen the clip where the one girl's on the news talking about her confronting a dude with a gun, and he says something, and then she says something, and he hit her with the gun. And I was like, it serves you right. Yeah. What are you even bothering yourself for? No one was talking to you. You were not involved. Just shut up and mind your business. But I don't know, man. This whole Karen epidemic.
It's real. It's real in the field, man. Nothing scarier to the black man and woman is a Karen, bro. Nothing worse.
Me.
Like, and then even worse than that, a Karen tears, bro. That's why you're lucky you didn't try to take Karen's tears. Oof. You're lucky you ain't try to rip that bag, my G. Would have been over. I see you in about 5 to 10.
I would have been smiling the whole time, though.
You're just thinking about how that how those bottles fell, bro. Keeping you warm at night. Once again, remember, like, share, subscribe. You can follow us on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Also, you can write us on CuzTheInternet@gmail.com. Once again, I'm your host, Trey.
And I'm your Jose. And remember, if it's on the internet, we may talk about it. Ayo.
Sorry.